What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today, we have got an early special look at our Week 7 NFL game picks, outright versus the spread, along with our locks of the week, as we take a look at the Thursday night game between the Denver Broncos at the Cleveland Browns. So make sure to tune in. If you enjoy, hit that like button, subscribe, give us a follow on Twitter at AllDayPigskin to continue interacting with us there. And let us hear it in the comment section. Do you agree, disagree, along with any other questions you guys might have? We will do our best to answer them all. But with that being said, let's get right into it. And before breaking down this game, I do want to give a quick shout out to OddsJam once again, which continues to be the place that I use to really do all my betting research, all that line shopping, comparing sportsbooks. This is the place to do it. The online database of information that they have is absolutely awesome to pretty much guarantee you get the best odds out there. And again, whether you're a beginner, whether you're an expert when it comes to betting, doesn't have to be the NFL, can really be any sport you want. You should take advantage of some of their betting tools, like the positive EV tool, so you can see line discrepancies and get the best odds, or their arbitrage tool, so you can get those equal and opposite bets for a risk-free return. I'll make sure to include a link in the description. Make sure to check them out. But with that in mind, let's take a look at this game where we've got a battle of 2, 3, and 3 teams that, started out kind of hot, but now aren't exactly trending in the right direction. For the Cleveland Browns, man, it is injuries on that offense, starting with quarterback Baker Mayfield, who will not be playing in this game. I'm not really sure whether that, kind of would swing this one way or the other, because he was clearly playing hurt. And the offense, especially the passing attack, was not operating at full capacity. But maybe a bigger deal here is that the Browns will be without both Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb. That's going to leave D'Ernest Johnson as the primary running back here for the Browns. It's a little bit concerning, especially since that's one of their fortes in this offense. And they're going to be going up, versus a pretty stingy defense in that of the Denver Broncos. Now, as far as the quarterback, it will be Case Keenum at the helm for the Browns. The problem is, who's going to be catching the football? Odell Beckham, his status up in the air. Jarvis Landry, we don't really know. So that's going to leave guys like DPJ again, Higgins. It's a lot of question marks. Probably going to have to rely a lot on those tight ends and Njoku, who, by the way, he is also not 100% either. Hooper. So just a couple names to throw out there. But yeah, offensively, the Browns are kind of depleted right now. And I think that could be an issue, especially when you have Case Keenum coming in there. Doesn't exactly have the most reps in the world. And, his reserves are depleted. He's going to need all the help he can get versus this Denver Broncos defense. If anything, we can probably expect a pretty low scoring game here. That would be my guess. As far as the Denver Broncos are concerned, funny enough, they're actually kind of banged up as well. Teddy Bridgewater has been limited, but I would guess that Bridgewater does play. If it's Drew Lock under center, I wouldn't feel as good about this offense as with Bridgewater, who is, a better game managing quarterback, doesn't make the mistakes that necessarily kill you, keeps you in the game, not too many blowout type of situations. And offensively for the Broncos, they're probably a week away from getting Jerry Jeudy completely back. So Cortland Sutton, Tim Patrick, that'll be the duo. And then you throw in Noah Fant. You utilize the two running backs in Melvin Gordon and Javonte Williams. Nothing too crazy there. But again, on the other side, they're going up versus a pretty good Cleveland Browns defense, especially up front. So I'm not necessarily seeing too many opportunities for a high-scoring affair here. I believe the over-under is around 41 points here for the total. Again, it's not the highest of numbers. I'd probably be looking at the under. But that's a conversation that we can have once we get closer to game time, once we know some of these potentially key inactives, just something that has to be kept an eye out for. But in the meantime, look, this game is in Cleveland. I understand that. They've got the home field advantage, but without Mayfield, without Nick Chubb, without Kareem Hunt, who are going to be out for certain, honestly, I don't think that the Browns should be favored. And that's kind of my concern here, which they are on the spread anywhere from, -1.5 to -2. We'll see if that number changes at all. But I'd rather go with the Denver Broncos here. And if I'm getting any points on the Broncos, even if it's +1.5, +2, we'll see if that, line changes a different way as we get closer to kickoff, whether it's +2.5 or +1, whatever the case might be. I'm going to be taking the Broncos here, getting any type of points. It's practically a pick 'em, but without Baker Mayfield, without that rushing attack, which I do think is the key here. Case Keenum hasn't had the, most experience so far this season. In fact, not really any. I'm going to go with the Denver Broncos on the road to get the upset. I think this is a good situation for them. Both these defenses are for certain going to keep these two teams in the game. Whoever wins, I'm not saying that it's a lock for the Broncos. I think both these sides can win just because that's what happens when you've got low-scoring affairs, two stingy defenses. Both sides are kept in the game, as it progresses. And really, at the end of the day, maybe all you really need to win is a last-second type of field goal. So keep that in mind. I'm going to go with the Denver Broncos. Maybe the safest way to bet this game, I would say, is kind of tease the Broncos to like +3.5. Because even if they do lose, you get that cushion of about a field goal. And I do think that would be enough. That's the way I would play this. As long as Teddy Bridgewater suits up in this game, I'm riding with the Broncos outright. I'm riding with them on the spread as well. But look, until then, I think that's kind of the way you have to treat this game. If Bridgewater doesn't play, then, probably just look at the Browns from that perspective. I don't have all the faith in the world in Drew Lock either. So just a lot of question marks here. Again, your best bet, probably just going with the Broncos on the spread or maybe taking a look at that under. But in the meantime, that kind of concludes the breakdown. Hopefully, if you guys enjoyed, hit that like button, subscribe. Again, give us a follow on Twitter at AllDayPigskin to continue interacting with us there. Let us hear it in the comment section as always. Do you agree, disagree, along with any other questions you guys might have? We would do our best to answer them all. And again, make sure to check out OddsJam for all your betting needs to get the best odds out there. Link in the description. And in the meantime, we'll see you guys in future videos.